Well, I've got the electric locos out today and I'm going to do a little bit of a potted history of Class 87. Hope you like it. Class 87, or the Electric Scots as they were known. We're looking at number 1 of the class there, Royal Scot. But before that, we need to look at this one. This is 86101. Well, life began for the Class 87s when the electrification of the West Coast Main Line was completed. It went all the way from Euston to Glasgow. Well, the second section, north of Weaver Junction, which is between Liverpool and Manchester, between there and Glasgow, that wasn't completed until 1973. So that's when the Class 87s were introduced, because they were a whole lot more powerful than anything that had gone before. Well, what went before was of course Class 86, and 3 of the Class 86 were modified, heavily modified you could say, to act as test beds for the equipment that was going to form the major part of the Class 87s. So those Class 86s, the 3 Class 86s, were numbered 86, 101, 102 and 103. And we're looking at 86101 here. So you could say, in a way, 86101 was the first Class 87. There were 36 Class 87s built. Here we're looking at number 1. This started life in the June of 1973. Came in BR blue, as we see here. It would originally have had a cross-arm pantograph. The single-arm pantographs came later on. In January 76, this locomotive was named Stevenson, and it kept that name until July 77. Shortly after that, it acquired the name of Royal Scot, which is the name. Let's not go in too quickly. That's the name I've put on it there. I've also fitted glazed flush windows. Here is 87035 Robert Burns, which is the new Hornby model. All singing, all dancing. Haven't fitted sound in it yet. I might do that one day soon, once I've won the premium bonds again, if that ever happens, which it probably won't. And the 4th locomotive we're in today is 87101. 87101 acquired the Stevenson plates from 87001. 87101 was actually used for the test bed for the Class 90. Class 90 were the locomotives that followed on from the Class 87s. Class 90 were originally going to be called Class 87/2, but they decided they are significantly different enough to be a different class. But all the testing of the equipment for the Class 90s was done with this locomotive, 87101. This is the Hornby, the old Hornby model that that used to be Lima. But it's got the nice motor in it, the 2011 motor. Runs well. All my locomotives here you can see in the B are blue, and most of them would have run in that on their Electric Scott duties until the mid-80s, when other liveries came into being. About 2003 onwards they were replaced by the Pendolinos on their West Coast duties. 87035, Robert Burns, is still at Crewe Heritage. 87001 is preserved at the National Railway Museum. On one side of the locomotive we see the name Royal Scot, and on the other side we see the name Stephenson, both tributes to its history. One other Class 87 remains in preservation, that's 87002, which at the time I'm making this video is called Royal Sovereign, and I think it does a bit of mainline work. But these things do change pretty quickly. About 20 of these Class 87s went to Bulgaria, and some are still operating, and the rest was scrapped.